YouTube, Papa D, got a new video for you today. We're going to do a gravel tire review. And the reason I thought about doing this was when I started with my gravel bike about a year or so ago, I struggled with the gravel tire options, what it meant, what to do, on and on. So thought I'd put a little video together, show you the tires I've used in the last year, and give you maybe a little pro and con to each one. Maybe possibly to help you in the future, and we'll see how it goes. I'd just like for you to remember that this is ideal to my situation, my type of terrain, my general region where I live, and the roads that I have in my area. In other words, if I ride from my house, I'm looking at, it's sort of, I would say 60-40, 60% pavement, 40% gravel. Now there are times when I travel, you know, I don't have to go too far, but 20 or 30 minute drive, I can get to the gravel and I can ride mostly all gravel. But on most days, you know, realistically, when I want to go for a quick ride, it's easy just to ride from the house. So I've the tires I use will be in relation to how I apply them to my lifestyle, okay? All right, so let's get a move on. Remember, like, subscribe, hit that notification button if you enjoy what you see, and let's get right down to the tires. Okay, YouTube, we're looking at the Bontrager R2 700 by 32C. This was a slick, just a slick. It came stock on my Domani when I got it. So it's relatively a wide tire for the road, so to speak. So I thought I would give it a try. It's one of the tires I tried. I won't talk long about it. It's just something I put on the gravel bike. I've had it on there on the checkpoint for the last month and a half or so. So just wanted to give you a look at it. The tire did good. Of course, it's going to all come down to your situation, your type of terrain. But didn't have a problem on it on most gravel. Most of the gravel I took it on was smooth gravel, not real deep gravel. Of course, it loses a little traction. It's a little sketchy going downhill on the gravel roads. But for the most part, it did well. And I wouldn't take it on any single track, and I wouldn't take it on any double track or forestry roads. So there's that, and we'll check out the next one. Okay, next we have the WTB Riddler 700 by 45C. Okay, this Riddler, like I said, it's a 45C. Right now I have it mounted on a 19.5 millimeter internal width rim, and it mics at 43. So it's a little under what its claimed size is, but then again, it was still the largest tire I ended up running. And as you can see, it's got the smaller knobbies in the center, medium size, secondary level here, and then on the edge you got a large knobby, if you can see that. Okay, this tire, I give it great ratings all the way around. It was a good tire, did well with me. It was the first tire I tried after this stock tire that came on the checkpoint. Rolls really good on the pavement and does really, really well on the gravel. That would be my pros. It's also very cushy. Rides like a Cadillac, let's say. But the only drawback I had for me personally in my riding environment or my riding terrain here is I couldn't never get the air pressure correct. It was a good balance between pavement and gravel. I don't know if it was because it was a larger volume tire or what it may be, but what I would run into is my general area, like I've said, we're looking at about 60-40, 60% pavement, 40% gravel. Generally speaking, riding from the house, if I do not ride out to gravel. So anytime I'm climbing on a paved hill, it's spongy, kind of soft, and to keep from having that bob when you're standing up and pedaling up a paved hill, I'd have to pump it up tight. But if I pumped it up tight, well, then it takes away from the cushy ride on the gravel. So it's a guessing game at times with the gravel tires. You're definitely going to have to play with the pressures, the air pressures, to find that spot you like. But in this case, the only drawback I had with this tire for me was that I could never quite get the air pressure evened out that worked well for me on pavement and gravel for the day. But like I said, it was a great tire. I would recommend it to anybody. WTB Riddler. It's a good tire. Okay, we have the Bontrager GR1 Comp 700 by 40C. This one I have mounted on a 17 millimeter internal width rim, and it ended up miking 40.33 millimeters wide, so true to size. And you can see the pattern here, pretty much the same pattern of knobs all the way across it. Should be a fast rolling tire. See it on the side, on each side. The knob is about the same all the way across, maybe a little smaller in the center. This is the tire that came stock on my checkpoint. Now I didn't run it long because I ended up going with the Riddler, the 45C Riddler, to get a bigger tire. And I never went back to this tire, but I do know it's a good tire. The only drawback for me personally was the knobs on the side. It had a tendency on loose gravel, as you could imagine, that it would be a little bit sketchy. Okay, like I said, the knob is on the side. They're not that big, not that pronounced. You can get a little slippery on the coming down some fast gravel that may be loose. But, you know, one of the pluses is it is a faster rolling tire. A little squishier per se than I'd like. Got to juggle the air pressure a little bit. But all in all, it was a good tire. So just wanted to add that one to the list and let you see it. Next up, we have the Panaracer GravelKing SK. It's a 700 by 38C. I mounted this on a 19.5 millimeter rim. When I mic'd it, it came in at 38. So it's true to size. Heard a lot of good things about this tire. Personally, I have not ridden it yet. This is brand new. I'm going to have a more in-depth review on this in the future. And as I change tires, instead of having such a big video with so many different tires, I'm going to review the tires as I go from this point forward, and hopefully you'll like that better. So you can see the small knobbies right here in the center, fast rolling. We have a second level right here, midway, and then on the outside edge of the tire, we have the same knobs. They look like they're about the same as the ones in the middle, but they're give you a little traction going around the corners. So, looks like it's going to be a fast tire, and we'll see how good it is when we're going fast downhill. I don't have a whole lot more to say about it at this point because I haven't ridden it, but I am looking forward to riding it. I'll be having an upcoming review letting you know how this tire is doing. Okay, we have the WTB Nano 700 by 40C, and this has an aggressive tread pattern. Now I will say, of all the tires that I have run so far personally, this is my favorite. This is the all-around tire. We have a tread pattern straight down the middle, which helps make it fast rolling on the pavement. But then we have this aggressive tread pattern all the way down it, and you can see on the sides. And I don't know, just all around it's been a good tire. I have it mounted on a 19.5 millimeter internal width rim, and it come in at 41.67, so it's actually just a touch larger than its stated size, which hasn't been a problem for me. I've been able to run low pressures on this tire. Haven't had any problems on pavement, feeling like the tire was squishy climbing. So plus is I got to run low pressure, plus it's have great traction, plus is single track, forestry roads, gravel roads, everything that I've used it on, I mean, I don't have anything, I can't say any, I don't have any cons on this tire for me. Now you got to remember, this is my riding terrain, my opinion. Just to touch on it, this would be my favorite tire so far, the WTB Nano 700 by 40C. It does seem like 38 to 40C is a good range for size-wise on the gravel tire. Okay, YouTube, hope you enjoyed it. That's what I had for you today. In the future, like I said, I will be doing a review on the Panaracer GravelKing SK moving forward, and what I'll try to do is do a review as I change tires. I do have an extra set of wheels, so that gives me the flexibility of trying out 2 sets of tires at a time, and I will do that moving forward. Make reviews on the tires as I get them and start to use them, and hopefully that'll help you. Hopefully the video's helped you, and remember, like, subscribe, hit the notification button, ring that bell icon so you'll know about the videos in the future, and it was great talking to you today.